Hello, everybody, and welcome to another The Jedi Trials commentary game.
That's right.
This is Crewmaster Ku,
This is DHaus.
and this is another game at the Legendary Games Spring Kit Tournament, Lexington, Kentucky. We have DHaus. You want to set up who you're playing and what you're playing with?
Absolutely. We are. I'm playing Qui-Gon Rey and Elite versions of both, and I'm playing Scott Irwin, who's running Elite Bala with Jango and Stormtrooper. He's on the bottom. I'm on the top, so I know that might be a little confusing.
It's
all
right. It's all right. I noticed after you guys had already set up, and I'm like, I'm not going to be
Yeah.
that tyrant because I already had to come over and explain, like, play close to the center. Don't play on the right side because it's blurry.
It's all good.
So,
Especially in the opening, I'm looking for, as I'm mulliganing, I love getting like an early force training. Force training is really great with that +2 melee. The one range is fine, it's damage, because that special with Qui-Gon is actually 2 damage when you think about it, because you can do a damage, get a resource, or do a shield, one combination of those two. So you can do a shield and actually do 2 damage. So I love early force trainings or any kind of 2-cost upgrade. Obviously looking for It Binds All Things if I can.
So are you loading up Qui-Gon first then? Is that what you're hoping to do, and letting Rey be your end game shenanigans?
You know, as much as I can, I like to see, if possible, who they're going to go after. If they'll kind of reveal like, oh, I'm going after Qui-Gon, I'm going after Rey quick.
That's nice. So it's kind of, I'm sorry to interrupt, but he chose Rebel War Room. You'd like to see Echo Base, but that helps.
Yeah,
right?
that's the great thing with this deck. So I did get an early force training for Qui-Gon. That's the thing is, I want Echo Base, but at the same time, I'm okay with having the shields from the get go, because that means I can start doing damage right away.
Right, and you're not worried about Intimidate because he's no blue,
right?
No blue villain,
right? So I am worried when I'm playing yellow. If they drop an On the Hunt,
yes,
because that special just kills me.
That's tough.
Just really kills me.
Tough.
I hate it.
All right, so we got eBala-Tik, and this was the first time I saw this deck at this tournament. It was pretty interesting. What do you?
It's a popular deck these days.
What's your strategy? Who are you going after first, and who are you worried about?
All of them.
yeah, because he just basically made Jango elite there.
Yeah, so that's the question. Is I don't know that you can go wrong with this particular deck, whoever you target first.
Okay.
eBala-Tik, obviously elite character's got 2 dice. He's got that crazy ability that he comes back. If I'm running more than 2 characters, non-negotiable, I'm going for Bala first, because you don't want to give him several extra activations.
That's who I actually went first as well when I played this site.
My preference is to go after Jango if I can.
Sure.
Because his ability, especially late game, is just when you can't do anything about those dice and he comes at you pretty hard.
True. That is true. Jango late game is pretty...
Got an early deflect.
Oh, nice.
Which is nice because he's saved myself a little bit of damage. So I'm going after Bala first.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that's nice.
What's interesting is, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I played in 7 games during this tournament. I played this particular character starting lineup 3 times. So that's great. That's always fun.
Yeah, I think I played a couple doubles myself. It was a tough tournament. I'll have to say.
But in each of those games, I ended up going after a different character in each of those games based on what they did and how they loaded up their guys. So, looks like he doesn't like you.
Yeah.
So a card that a lot of guys play in Bala-Trooper Jango is cannon fodder. And so if they remove my damage, start putting damage on the trooper, I usually like to focus fire and just say, okay, fine, I'm going to kill the trooper, which helps later. It gets rid of tactical mastery and trooper's got a great die. So
it's a tough decision. I feel like for the opponent at least to use a card like that, because yes, it helps you a little bit, like the best defense. It helps you right then and there, but man, I mean that's throwing damage on your own guy. Whenever you do that, it's just kind of it's tough because
especially on the best defense is a better card than cannon fire. Cannon fire, you just take the damage from one die and that's
Right.
it. But
Kind of the
best
same,
defense, you
a little
can
bit better,
you could take 3 damage. You could remove 5 damage, but only take
Sure.
3, or just get rid of some different options. So
Especially, yeah. Oh man! But if he's like the last character of the game, it's he's already limping.
So,
yeah.
update. I was able to do 4 damage here, rerolling Qui-Gon in, trying to see what I can get. Because another thing is when I have shields with Qui-Gon, I've got 4 damage sides there. So I was
Right.
actually hoping for
that shield. Nice.
shields or damage, but
Got the dang old resource.
didn't get it.
It's all right.
So,
Resource is good. Good. So it looks like he claimed, I guess, early on.
He did.
My bad for not pointing that out. So everyone's got the resources, and it's you got to go eBala-Tik. You got to activate him first, I would think, just because, just in case if you somehow kill someone off real quick, he can always reactivate.
yeah, absolutely. And you want eBala-Tik's 1 damage and +2
Very
damage
true.
in there. So when your opponent activates and you get that Jango activation going,
That's what you want to
nice.
see.
So,
Wait, mostly what you want to see.
so he's Jangoing off of Qui-Gon there.
Man, that is nice. Nice to be able to do that. Jango is definitely scary. Poor old holdout blaster's been rolling blanks though.
Absolutely. So I love that 2 shield side on Qui-Gon's die.
Yeah.
It's very strong.
So do you go ahead and do you save that 2 shield, or do you go ahead and resolve it to get that damage, or do you activate Rey, or because obviously if you have an upgrade, I'm sure you.
Yeah. No, I think typically when I see that and I have 2 shields like that,
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and resolve it so I get a shield and I get to ping 1 over to
Very good. Yeah.
to Bala.
Yep. Very good.
But I guess we'll see.
What are you thinking you're going to use that focus for?
At this point, I'd probably be looking to change that to the 2 melee on the blank.
Cool.
But I'll probably
Ooh, nice, man.
good deflect into Bala.
Great deflect.
Deflect is a great card. It's probably the best blue common in my opinion. In an environment where ranged damage is very popular.
Exactly. So hunker down.
Yeah. So there you go. The one thing is, you especially with Rey's modified melee damage side, you really want to get Qui-Gon rolling in those 1 and 2 melees to help her out. All right, so it looks like activating Bala.
Oh man.
Trying to help a little bit with that
tough.
hunker down, keep him alive as much as possible.
Yeah, may not be too long since you do have you're rolling with melee, but I mean Qui-Gon's shield damage can't get rid of it, so that's something.
Yep. I remember in this particular turn, I had a slew of cards available, and I knew that there was a way to kill Bala, but I had to really think through the order in which I did that.
And just off the top of my head, I don't obviously keep talking about you don't want to spoil anything, but you can't talk about the game without at least seeing some options here. If I were you, which I've never seen this game before, so I'm watching it from complete spectator position, I'd like a willpower. Oh wait, what
There
did
you go. So he flanked. He
did
flanked the 2
flank.
melee away.
So that's good. Flank is good with a 3-character deck.
Oh, so good. I mean, it's just a 1 cost, any die you want.
Man.
As long as you have that activation. I'm really lately I've been moving toward more 3-character lineups. I always want 4 dice. That's kind of my internal rule of I don't want to start
You
with
do like
only
that, yeah.
3, but
Depending on the health, I guess, right, is what you.
but so if I can get 3 characters with 4 dice, that's I love it. One of my decks I'm testing right now is Elite Akbar with 2 hired guns. Akbar really produces resources, and those hired guns can hit pretty hard.
You still haven't resolved your 2 shields.
Yeah, I think I'm waiting to see my options.
So you have a plan here.
I think with Qui-Gon in general, there's a lot of ways to do indirect damage with shields, but sometimes you can get greedy too and start pinging damage when you need to protect yourself as well. And so it's one of those things that I don't necessarily think I have the perfect plan, but I think that's where right now I'm trying to decide. And I went for that melee side, but did not get it. I want that +2 melee there,
Sure.
because then I know with my dice I could kill.
So you would much rather keep those shields on Qui-Gon than use his ability at this point.
At this point, with them going hard after Rey, I know I can toy with his shields a lot.
Cool.
So here's a defensive stance. So now I know I can take a shield and then ping him for one.
If you had like a solid riposte right now, that would just be amazing. Anytime you have willpower, it's just but willpower. And I said it in the show. I've seen that thing win more games than most people. I mean, what you would think.
Yeah.
I mean, willpower, arm to the teeth. Those are just great finishing blows.
Yeah.
Now, if you used a third deflect, I'd be a little worried.
That would be convenient. Right now is what we call paper cutting eBala-Tik.
Yes. Death by 1,000 cuts.
Just one damage at a time. Just one little thing here, one little thing there.
What are you worried about him doing at this point? I don't know how many cards he has left in his hand. He's got some. So
yeah. I mean, with this deck, they can produce range damage. Some of those really great rolls. If you can't stop it, I mean, it comes really quick. So, so again, paper cuts. I kind of wasted a 2 shield because I can only really do 1 damage there with Qui-Gon's ability.
Something.
So again, just paper cutting him to death.
So have you pretty much given up on Rey? Are you like, look, she's dying?
It's not so much that she's dying. I just know that Qui-Gon is much stronger. His dice are so much stronger. He can do a lot more damage. So and then he can riposte and do some kind of random things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was gonna say this guy. He better do that, Scott. There, you did it. Perfect. Yep. So
there's Rey's hurting, and there's willpower.
Wow.
So again, it's just paper cuts, man. One damage at a time to kill. Sitting there, I was thinking like, I can't believe I'm spending so many cards, so many actions. I was like, but I just got to kill a character and get him off the board. So I spent a lot of resources, a lot of time doing that. Rey's obviously hurting a lot, so. It's one of those plays that I sort of wonder if there was a more efficient way to do that, but I got rid of a character, and so.
No, that's always. I mean, that's the game. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's how you win the game. So, applause there. So at this point, I mean, just from me watching, I mean, it looks. I mean, Jango's a little scary, but you have a full Qui-Gon with all. I haven't seen any of those other shield shenanigans, and I'm liking what I'm seeing as of now. I guess he's pretty much claimed the entire time. It looks like I haven't seen the. Yeah,
I don't like that second holdout blaster because it means if I do kill Jango, that trooper's gonna be pretty good. Finally, it binds all things.
So you want to? So this is what 4 turn into
third or fourth round, and
so you're cool with playing that, even though it's a little late. I mean, he's a full health. Why not? Well,
a lot of times you can get back that cost right away with like a 2-point upgrade, or 2 resource upgrade. So especially with like force trainings and Jedi robes and stuff like that, it can help.
Straight to gun, man. That's tough.
The Stormtroopers die, man. Yeah. It's really solid when you cost 7 points and half of your dice is damage. Mm-hmm. That's nothing to laugh about.
Yeah. Okay, so there you go. No, just kidding,
folks. Just thinking. I know when I tap my fingers, I'm processing my options
really
here.
Thinking there, because if you do that, Jango's got all his dice on the board, and he's not gonna. Yeah, might as well.
There you go.
Yeah, Jango.
I know Rey may die here. That's why I was debating.
Oh, no.
And that's the Jango roll you don't want to see from your opponents.
Yeah, that's never happens for me.
And they show, let me just Scott, do a quick Scott, 7 damage.
Good for Scott. Yeah, he's got it. And then that's stripping some shields off Qui if he. Yeah, let's see, what is he gonna choose to do here? Yeah. He needs that minis. Yeah. He needs that minis.
And there go the shields.
Sandwiches. Sammy Sosa sandwiches.
It's hard.
So all of a sudden, this just kind of flipped to a tough situation for you, but you still got something going on. You got some force training.
Yeah. He's Qui-Gon is very trained in the force. Doubly trained. So yes, if you want to get technical about it. Yeah. He was the first one to figure out how to turn into a Force Ghost,
That is true. Taught everybody else.
So he was very trained in the Force. All right, 2 melee, 2 shield, 1 focus, and a blink. it's okay.
Yeah, not.
It's okay.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I love seeing
he's-
those two sides.
You pretty much have full reign right now because he's all
Yep.
out of everything. So
Yeah, I think he's done enough.
no resources. So yeah, I mean, I think he's already spent both. He doesn't like you either. So I mean, claiming is probably in his best interest.
Yeah.
I mean, or pass because he does own the battlefield. He could just as easily pass, just to keep you in suspense. You don't want to claim too early. That just says, okay, well you didn't have anything. So
Sure.
oh,
There comes that cannon fodder.
oh, that's 0. Very nice.
So he takes that 2 damage quickly.
Wow.
So again, that does impact my thinking because I don't want to do a ton of damage and never kill anybody.
Right.
So I start to think through what that means for me. So
True, and it also kind of takes away the scariness of that redeploy because it's going to redeploy over to a 5 health character.
just an easy take cover.
Quick.
It's a great card in a
simple,
Qui-Gon deck. You can get a damage out of nowhere.
which is really the only deck I may even play that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just 0 for possibly 1 damage.
Here it helps me prepare Qui-Gon for actually doing damage with that
just
shield side.
Absolutely.
And then potentially some stuff with the force training as well.
Oh, okay.
So take a shield, shoot a shield.
Oh, you shot it over to the boy there.
Yeah, it's one of those, you can't underestimate the stormtroopers die. I mean, it's got 2 sides that have 2 range damage. So even though Jango is obviously the bigger threat, I don't like to split damage. I like to just keep burning something down until you kill it.
That's a very good piece of advice.
So, again, focused it to the special and the force training because again, the force training on Qui-Gon the special is a 2 damage side. So,
Right.
So that's what I'm doing here. Put 2 more on him.
Cool. Wow. That's good. 2 cost on a Qui-Gon. That's that's the first time I've actually seen that go down, and that's pretty nice.
Yep.
Pretty nice. So in hindsight, you're cool with you've put 3 damage on this Stormtrooper just in this round, right? Would you have rather seen this in hindsight on Jango by now?
Oh yeah, I mean that would be at least 5 damage on Jango, if not more.
Right.
So now that scares me. Well, just to see the DH-17, it's that 1 cost little pistol there is one of the best upgrades.
At this point, it's.
I mean, it's the same die size as the holdout blaster, except for the resource at the end.
I think that changes things a little bit.
It's very good.
That you just played the Skywalker saber.
Yes, I do like seeing that. Again, Luke Skywalker's saber is the best on Qui-Gon because he's got the 2 shields and the special. So there's really 4 damage sides on that. On that upgrade when it comes to Qui-Gon. So
just by playing an upgrade, I feel just in my watching this that it changes things.
Yeah,
it changes the whole feel of the game, and you could also it's a huge. Oh boy!
So he put the hunker down. I decided, no, I'm not letting you get that shield. I'm gonna kill that trooper before he can.
See, man, this is crazy. I mean,
Rapaste.
If you could put it on like a line chart or just something, I mean, it twists and turns so fast. I mean, as of right now, this is not. I mean, this is 10 versus 10. I mean, health game
and then he got some backup muscle again,
backup
which
muscle.
I just hate. I think I was making some comments about backup muscle and under my breath because it was just
I think at this point you guys were one of the last games. I think
and
you were talking about
really
JD ripping it,
and really not a great roll with Qui-Gon. Showing no melee damage. The shields are helpful, but ultimately I'm hoping to do a lot more damage. I'd like to see a couple melee sides and then that lightsaber with the +3. To just do some quick stuff. But
DHaus, would you resolve both shield dice right now? Because I think both shield dice now, do you either take the 3 or do you use his?
You do it one at a time. So I can take the 2 shields and then resolve the 1 shield and then just shoot that as damage.
Sure. Or I was saying take
but you have
3.
to have a shield in the first place to trigger his ability. So I can't do 2 damage out of that. I can only do 1. So that's what I choose to do here.
Very, very good. Very good. Because earlier you were talking about the differences in sometimes just keeping the shields at some point, rather than if you don't have something that you think you can use it for, just to help defend him a little bit.
And that's what I'm thinking at this point. I'm like, Jango is a crazy threat, so the shields actually really help me a lot too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wow.
And again, he rolls out. Pretty nice roll.
I mean, that's an important thing, I think, real quick, for Qui-Gon, a Qui-Gon player, and that only takes, I mean, just like with any deck, the longer you play it, the more you learn how it works to differentiate between using the shields for his damage or keeping it for defense. So yeah, that is a tough roll to see, man. That sucks. Yeah, I mean, that's all you can do.
Focus to that 2 melee. I'm just trying to outrace Jango, which is hard. Qui-Gon is a slower, but like I said, you saw me paper cut eBala-Tik to death.
Right.
Where Jango is, I'm gonna go fast and just shoot your face.
Yeah. There's nothing you can do about it, pretty much.
So it's tough, but obviously that's a quick 4 damage.
Yeah. You still have some shields.
And again, when I have no shields on Qui-Gon, that limits my ability to damage him. And
you got some good damage faces.
So true.
I feel you, man. That's tough.
Hate that backup muscle.
Yeah, it just puts everything kind of on a clock. Yeah. I mean,
I don't think it's a broken card.
No.
But I do. I sort of wish it was a unique card, so you couldn't have 2 out at the same time.
I could see
because that's 6 damage. I mean, that's a lot for just 2 costs. I mean, yes, it's over a certain amount of time, but
it does take an action. But yeah, I feel you. I could see that being unique. Yeah. All right, so you'd already claimed. You claiming and passing, and here we go. So yeah. Oh well, that's interesting. So is that something that you might as well do now, since in the rules you can't use that as an action anymore. But it's technically talking about backup muscle.
Oh yeah, when it has no when it doesn't have anything there.
Right, but in a game that you have a lot of cards on the table, just to kind of keep everything. So what are you hoping for here, DHaus?
So what I like seeing in my hand is that I just drew 2 copies of Use the Force. So I know that
Sweet.
I can mess with my dice, and I'm thinking, hey, he's got 7 health left, and in my head I'm thinking, if I roll a 2 melee side, I just need 2 turns to do 2 melee and then +3 with Luke's lightsaber or roll focus or whatever, and I can just flat out kill Jango.
You just don't want to see that god roll from him. But it's good that you claimed though, man, so that you can have this chance to.
So that hurt me. That doesn't help, because although it looks good, it's going to take me several turns to get what I need to see. And again, he rolls a quick 4 damage. And I've got 6 damage left, so I see 4 damage, and he's got backup muscle.
That's it.
So I know I can survive with just what's showing now. So I'm thinking, okay, I have a little bit of time here.
Golly, that's tough though, man. I definitely would be sweating right now.
All right. Yeah. So I'm at 9.
So you do have one.
He does the 4 damage. He does the 4 damage.
He's 11.
Yeah.
So you're good.
So I'm thinking, okay, I just need a couple more turns.
Hey,
to get my dice looking the way it needs to look.
There is so much. You could do so much with 1 damage left. I mean, you can. I mean, it's kind of like football, where 30 seconds in football is forever. You know what I mean? Because you never know what you could do.
Absolutely.
So this is interesting. So he's got that. So what is he gonna? I mean, what do you see him? I mean, trying to re-roll to get that 1 little bit.
I think that's a great option here, because I can do a lot more with what I'm doing. But I think I look at it and I say, okay, I have enough damage showing on the table to kill him. He's got to roll that range damage, and then there's Arm to the Teeth.
Dang, dude.
So Arm to the Teeth, he discards his upgrades and does 3 damage to me. So
wow.
Heartbreak. So I have to use the Force. I'm like, I had the dice and the cards I needed to get there, but I needed tough. 2 more turns to do it.
That's tough, man. That is a tough break.
It's a heartbreaker.
But you learned from this, though. If you listen to our show, we talk a little bit about this. So
on episode 6,
yeah. So listen to that, guys. But we're gonna go ahead and hop off here. Thanks for watching. DHaus, any final thoughts or anything?
No, I mean you alluded to it. We did play again later in the cut and listen to episode 6 to hear kind of what happened there because I was able to learn and adjust for the next one.
Very cool. Well, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And the Jedi Trials, find us on thejeditrials.com. It's all on there. But DHaus.
That's it. Thanks for watching.
Yep. Thanks, guys. This is Master Crew saying, may the dice be with you.